Explosive updates across the football world. Pep Guardiola's star pupil Phil Foden is in a slump, facing a double wake-up call after being compared to a young Lionel Messi. But his recent performances have left fans and experts questioning his place on the field. We're diving deep into what's behind this surprising downturn for the Manchester City sensation. Then, can Manchester City pull off a miracle? They're down 3 goals against Real Madrid in the Champions League. We've got the preview, the pressure, and the potential for an epic Etihad comeback. Will Los Blancos continue their dominance, or can City rewrite the script? And what does Chelsea's recent Premier League punishment mean for Manchester City's massive 115 charges? A former financial advisor weighs in, calling the Blues' verdict extremely lenient and a potential game-changer for the Etihad club. We'll break down the implications and what it could mean for City's future. Finally, we wrap up with the lingering questions surrounding Manchester City's 115 financial charges. With Chelsea's case setting a surprising precedent, we explore the potential ripple effects. You won't want to miss this. Stick around and hit that subscribe button and notification bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Pep Guardiola's golden boy is struggling. Phil Foden, once hailed as the most talented player ever seen by his manager, is now facing a significant slump, finding himself benched and goalless in recent crucial matches. Guardiola himself has drawn comparisons between Foden and a young Lionel Messi, highlighting his incredible potential. However, the Manchester City star has seen a dramatic dip in form since a brilliant spell in late 2025, where he netted 6 goals in 4 league games. Since then, he's struggled to find the net, going 13 games without scoring and featuring less in the starting 11, particularly in big games like the Champions League clash against Real Madrid and the league fixture against Liverpool. Despite Guardiola's public reassurances, Foden hasn't played a full 90 minutes since January and has spent significant time on the bench. This downturn comes at a critical time, especially with his national team, England, where his international goal contributions have also been notably sparse. Even under new national team management, he's struggled to secure a consistent starting role. This slump is particularly striking given Guardiola's past insistence that Foden was unsellable, even comparing him to Messi. Yet, Manchester City has continued to sign players in similar attacking roles. The coming weeks will be crucial for Foden to regain his best form and prove his worth to both club and country. Don't go anywhere, because the drama is just heating up. We've got a Champions League showdown that could redefine the season. Can Manchester City mount an impossible comeback against Real Madrid? The citizens are heading into the second leg of their Champions League tie, trailing by a daunting 3 goals after a first-leg defeat at the Bernabeu. This is a familiar stage for both clubs, with Real Madrid having visited the Etihad multiple times recently. While history shows Real Madrid has found wins in Manchester challenging, they did secure a victory last February thanks to a late Jude Bellingham winner. Bellingham, however, will be absent due to injury for this crucial second leg. Kylian Mbappe's potential return could offer a boost for Madrid, though his match fitness remains a question. Real Madrid's manager, Alvaro Arbeloa, has stressed the importance of maintaining their aggressive, winning mentality from the first leg, aiming for another victory despite the aggregate lead. This echoes the club's storied history as the most successful team in Champions League history. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola acknowledges the immense challenge of overturning the deficit, focusing on his team's defensive strategy while remaining confident in their ability to create chances at home. This fixture has consistently delivered excitement, and tonight's clash at the Etihad Stadium promises another chapter in this intense rivalry. But what does Chelsea's recent penalty mean for another massive club facing serious accusations? Stay tuned. Chelsea's extremely lenient Premier League punishment could be a massive win for Manchester City in their own 115-charge FFP case. That's the strong opinion of Stefan Borson, a former financial advisor to the Etihad club. Chelsea accepted historical charges related to undisclosed payments made during the Roman Abramovich era, resulting in a £10.75 million fine and transfer bans, but notably avoided any points deductions or significant sporting sanctions. Borson argues that the Premier League's decision to forego sporting advantage in the ruling sets a crucial precedent. He suggests this lenient approach, where mitigation factors led to a reduced penalty rather than a points deduction, could be very useful for Manchester City as they await the verdict on their own 115 alleged breaches of financial rules, which have been pending for 8 years. While Chelsea's new ownership, led by Todd Boehly, proactively self-reported the irregularities discovered during their takeover, Manchester City continues to maintain its innocence amidst allegations of disguised payments and undeclared salaries. The contrast in the handling of these cases, particularly the emphasis on financial penalties over sporting ones for Chelsea, has significant implications for the ongoing FFP saga surrounding Manchester City. And speaking of FFP, we're looking at the latest developments that could impact the entire league. The Premier League's handling of Chelsea's financial irregularities, resulting in a £10.75 million fine and suspended transfer bans, is being closely watched by Manchester City as they await their own fate regarding 115 charges. Stefan Borson, a former financial advisor for Manchester City, believes the league's decision to opt for a financial penalty over sporting sanctions for Chelsea sets a significant and potentially advantageous precedent for the Etihad club. Borson highlighted that the term sporting advantage was notably absent from the final ruling concerning Chelsea's historical financial dealings between 2011 and 2018. He characterized the settlement as extremely lenient and suggested that the inclusion of mitigating factors, which led to a reduction in the penalty rather than a points deduction, represents a favorable outcome for Chelsea. This approach, he argues, could provide very useful precedent for Manchester City as they navigate their own complex case involving alleged breaches of financial fair play rules over many years. Chelsea's current ownership proactively disclosed the financial irregularities, which involved significant undisclosed payments by third-party entities after discovering them during their due diligence process. Manchester City, meanwhile, continues to deny all charges, which include allegations of disguising ownership payments and providing undeclared compensation to staff and players. The football world remains in suspense as it awaits the final judgment on City's unprecedented number of charges. That's all the major football news for now, but stick around for a rapid-fire recap and your chance to join the conversation. What a show! Phil Foden's slump has Pep Guardiola scratching his head. Manchester City faces an uphill battle to overturn a deficit against Real Madrid. Chelsea's penalty might benefit Man City's 115 charges, and the FFP saga continues to unfold. Don't miss another minute of breaking football news. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification bell, leave a comment telling us your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media platforms. See you next time.